Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I am doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, thank you for all of you who joined us on the live stream on Sunday. That was fun, as always. I really enjoy when we can get together and you know, just kind of have a talk. It's wonderful. We'll be, of course, if you missed it, we'll be doing another one, of course, next month. Not a ton of people, but you know what? It's our people. It's us. It's our channel, and that's what it is. I'm just blessed. I don't know. I just feel blessed that you know, whether it's 5 or 40 or God forbid 100. My God, if we had that many people. But no, it's just, I just love our little group chat. I really do. I just wish I can hear all of you and see all of you. That would be just ideal for me. But, you know, we don't have that many. We could do a Zoom, but that would require a lot of you to want to do that. But anyway, someday I'm going to I'll get over there and hopefully I'll get to see some of you. But come sit with me on this big fake couch. Today we're going to look at AdventureMe. This video has come requested. Love it when you request videos of creators that we already have permission from. And Darren over at AdventureMe, he has been he was one of the first ones that allowed us to learn and see new things from. And so, of course, below links to the channel and to the video we're going to watch. So please go click on those. Get over there if you haven't already. The thing I love about Darren's channel is that it's not the big tourist things that he's showing. It's all these little random, obscure kind of things that it's like, it's not going to be in some tourist, you know, attractions to see type book, you know. Yes, he's gone to those places, but I get, when I watch his videos, it just seems I get to see the things that, you know, most people don't know about. And I just find that cool, I guess. Today's video, which I love because it's about a pub, and you know how I am with pubs. I want to go to them all. This is, the title of the video is called The Pub That Floods. And so I'm like, huh? And so I'm really excited to see this. Again, before we start, Darren's channel, AdventureMe, links are below. Get over there, support him. If you have a like or a subscription to give, please go over there and give it to him. It is important that you do so. Okay, you guys ready? Let's check this out. This is The Pub That Floods. I'm curious to see what he's actually talking about here. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Richmond, a lovely suburb of London, and we're going to head into the White Cross pub, which is the pub that floods.
White Cross pub, okay. So he's near London.
So here we are in beautiful Richmond. There's the River Thames right in front of us. And here is the White Cross. And we're going to check out their beer garden because it's very different. And we're going to sit in the beer garden as the River Thames rises up. So as you can see, I just point you down here, the tide is just lapping at the edge of the road, but it's coming up. I can see it getting higher and higher. You can see it just down here. It's creeping up because we're not quite at high tide yet. So high tide is about 45 minutes away. And I'm told once it reaches 4.5 meters, it will burst the banks of the river. So we've already reached 4.5 meters. And today is actually 4.6 meters. It's predicted to be anyway. There's the beer garden. You can just see the water making its way inside the beer garden now. It's just rising up to the bottom. We're just about to make our way out into the beer garden, and everybody's heading back inside because the tide is heading in now. So there you go, as we head down the steps.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can see it's already reached the bottom, and everybody's vacated the beer garden before it comes in, because once it fills up, you basically have to stay there unless you own a big pair of wellies to head inside the pub. But you can do table service on here.
So, this is awesome. I don't even know what to say here. I am just lost for words. I think this is pretty cool. I imagine the waitress then has to, or the server or whoever is doing table service, has to put on some boots, water boots, rain boots, whatever, wellies, as I think he called them. That is, I mean, you got to come with them if this is where you're going. Because, yeah, how long does, well, we're going to find out how long it takes for the water to go back out. But otherwise, and if you have to go to the restroom, yeah, you better bring your boots for sure. That is so cool. What? Just, yeah, that's, I love it. And it's coming in pretty quick here. Look at
So
it
you'd think
creep
that
in
people
there.
would hang around the beer garden, but a lot of them have cleared, apart from the people on the higher bit at the back there. And as you can see, people are very hesitant to make their way down. Oh, we've got somebody
there you go.
barefoot there, look.
You take your shoes off.
So how
Exactly.
unique is this? A beer garden that actually floods, and for about an hour you're sat underwater pretty much. So you can stay on the table and you can order food, and the staff will come out and serve you drinks and food at your table wearing wellies. So they'll put them on and bring the food out, get themselves wet. Now obviously a lot of the tables and the benches here are raised above the floor, so you're actually off the ground. And I think it only comes up to about a foot off the floor, but it's enough to soak you through. And if you're wearing wellies or barefoot, then you can obviously trudge through it.
I think I'd want to be barefoot just to feel the water.
So
Oh my
another
God.
5 minutes later, the water's made its way around there. It's going to work its way around and fill all this area in. Now, she did tell me just now it will get up to maybe the first step here, which is about a foot off the floor.
And this is every
And
day.
she did say today it's actually coming in a lot faster than it normally does, because she thinks they may have opened a lock further down the river, which has caused it to rise pretty rapidly. Because it did. I mean, you could actually see it on the camera coming in. Okay, we've braved it. So I've sat at a table just at the gateway here, and we had to step across a couple of inches of water. And now I'm sat raised off the floor, as you can see.
Well, you got...
So I won't get wet here.
yeah.
But I've got an easy escape route because I can just jump onto the stairs. But you can see it's still coming in, and it's still... People getting wet feet as well. But it's coming in, it's still rising. So yeah, I'm curious to see how deep this actually gets. Now, I have seen it when they've had really high tides in the
Look at
past,
that.
where this garden has been a couple of feet underwater, and there's people sat on the tables waiting
Oh, wow, it is
for
deep
the tide to
there.
go back down so they can leave. It's just so surreal to watch. Like I said, today is only 10 centimetres over the actual breaching of the banks down there. So this could be it. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
When you see it creeping like that, it just, yeah, it's like, it goes pretty quick.
But here's my escape route if I need it. I can just climb over this railing straight into the pub.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. There you go. There she is with the boots. Nice.
So I think that's it for the level today, because you can just see where it's gone up and then it's come back a little bit. So it could be dependent on the locks on the river as well, because they do have locks up and down here. So it could be dependent on them filling up and releasing. So it may go up again. We may get another surge later on. But I'll let you know if we do. But for now, it's probably a couple of centimetres deep here, and then down there probably a good 10 centimetres, which would make sense because the riverbank is literally through here. And he did say 4.6 metres, which is obviously 10 centimetres over the riverbank there.
This is so wild. It'd be interesting to know if, when the establishment, I'm sure it's way old, right? If they, well, I mean, you have to factor in all the locks. What am I trying to say? Ask. I mean, when they first built the place, probably like, yeah, right on the riverside here, riverbanks, awesome, starts overflowing. I imagine at first it was, oh no, what are we going to do to keep the water out? Or has it always been, we're gonna take water in? Or does the locks make the riverbank overflow? It's just, this is the natural, you know what I'm saying? Is this normal for the water to go over every day? Or is it due to certain other things that causes the water? I guess is what I'm asking. I mean, because if the water had always, breached and overflowed here, again, do not know how old this pub is. I love it. White Cross, yeah, it's one of those things you just wish that you had time to just see all these things, to go out of your way. I don't know how far Richmond is. It's a suburb, he says, of London, so it's not too far, I imagine. But it's like one of those things where, like, oh yeah, you have to. I mean, this is something, if it's not very far, and this would be ideal to go and see. Just to see it. I mean, for me anyway. I don't know if my wife would want to do this, but it is a pub, and she loves pubs just like I do. Hopefully he goes inside a little bit more so we can see what's inside as well. But we had that brief look in there, but just the history of it. Just curious on, was it always a pub? Did they know the water comes up? Was the water coming up at that time when it was built? All that sort of thing. Or does what's been happening on the river with the locks and all that stuff, did that create what we're seeing here? Yeah, a lot of questions there, but just interesting things like this I just love, because it's just not, like, I'm not going to get the tourist book. I mean, it might be in our London book here. I doubt it, because this is more about, central London, but this is awesome. It looks like I guess, is this like a touristy spot, or is it just more of a local place? You see people taking photos in this video, so obviously they've never seen it before. And you would think people, like these people sitting in these high chairs in front of us, they know. They don't have wellies on, so they're there for the long haul. They've probably been there and done that before, and if you can order drinks, if you have to go to the restroom, you're kind of SOL, but this is awesome.
So like I say, if you want to see this in the beer garden, it is dependent on the tide times. So it's at high tide, and it has to be above 4.5 meters. So what you're best doing is checking the tide times for Richmond on the internet. So just Google it. But also, if you go on the website for the pub, and I'll put a link in the description for this video, they actually have the tide times on their website, and it'll tell you at what point the tide is going to rise above the 4.5 meters required to come into the beer garden. And I've been told it's been a lot higher than this in the past, and it can go, obviously it varies depending on the time of the year as well. But it's only a couple of times a month that it actually does it. It breaches the 4.5 meters. And it just so happened that I was in London for 3 days, and one of those days, it was over 4.5 meters.
Okay, well, thanks, Darren. That answered quite a bit of the questions I was asking earlier. Wow, it doesn't happen very often. I was thinking this is like every day. Of course, it's going to vary due to the time of year, right? Mother Nature and all. But only happens... Oh, God, I wonder if... Huh. Man, I was thinking that it just... This is something that does once a day. It's probably a good thing it doesn't happen once a day. So that changes a lot of what I was thinking. This is not... This is more of a special occasion than a normal occasion. Wow, okay. It's awesome that the pub itself
so
on the
delivered
website
directly to the table. Amazing. So you don't even have to get your feet wet, and all the staff are wearing wellies already.
10 to you. Oh, okay, that's all right.
Awesome. Look at that. I mean, it's right there on the banks, too.
See, I came before the wave. You're going to get those stage sheets really wet.
That's hilarious. What a true gentleman.
There we go, literally
Starting to
half
go
an hour
back
later,
out.
and it's already receded. It's now passable again to the steps, and you can see where the water level came up to just here. It's now down to sort of here in the middle. Let's just have a quick look
Now
outside
you
the
can
pub
leave.
gates.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's now making its way back down, and you can just see there, look, it's now off the pathway here, so you can make it round the front here and into the beer garden from this side now. Whereas before, this was completely submerged and you couldn't make it down the side of the pub. You'd have had to go in the pub and down these stairs to get in. But yeah, it's slowly receding now.
Oh, there's
the
another
actual
entrance.
roadway is just under there, probably a foot down there. So I'm hoping before we leave, it's back at the river level, at the normal level, shall I say. But yeah, if we just head round here, you can just see where it was. You can see the tide mark on the left there. And when we came down earlier, it was up to the edge of the road there. But yeah, believe it or not, there's actually a boat slipway just here, which heads down to the river, so you can see how far up it's gone. Oh, we've got a surge of water coming in. Just wet my feet. I think a boat's just gone past. So yeah, there's a slipway just there. It's about a good 6-7 feet down. I've seen a video of a car parked in there when the tide came in. They obviously didn't know. But yeah, what a beautiful place Richmond is. I've never been here before, but it's really scenic. So now the water's receded.
And look how
people are
crowded
heading
it's
back
got out
outside
here.
into
Yeah.
the beer garden now. They didn't want to be stranded in here, so they've all made their way back outside. I mean, the weather, especially for October, is actually really, really mild today. And there we have it. It's finally receded
Oh,
off
and
the
it's a
roadway,
cobblestone.
which I'm currently stood on.
That's
And
awesome.
it's just making its way down the bank of the river, as you can see on here. And there it is. It's now at the normal, or almost at the normal river level, which is right here. So there you go. It must be below 4.5 meters now, which, like I said, is the threshold of when it breaches the roadway here. And there you go. How unique is that?
That's cool. White Cross.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for joining us here at the pub that floods, which is the
Look at
White
that
Cross
sign
in
up top
Richmond
there.
in
Interesting.
London. And
No,
if you
that's-
fancy popping down, it's easy to find. Just Google the White Cross and it'll take you straight here. And again, on their website, they do have their tide times displayed on there. And if it breaches 4.5 meters, then you can sit in the beer garden and enjoy a pint underwater. So from Richmond, I'll see you in the next video next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
Thank you, Darren. That was interesting. See, this is the kind of things that I love. It's just these little quirky little things. It makes it even more special knowing that it's not every day. But on the flip side is, if I'm there, will it be possible? Now, Richmond, I don't know if this is the same thing. Is this the same as from the TV show Ted Lasso? They had AFC Richmond. Is it the same area that the make-believe team was from? Because I love that show. And, of course, I would love to go there and kind of just see the outdoors shots from the TV show. Go to the pub that they always went to. This is something that would totally interest me. And I think, honestly, I think my wife would dig it. I don't know. I think so. I would. But that would be pretty fun to go see. But I'm actually kind of glad it doesn't do it every day, because what a kind of an inconvenience. The river overflowing every day to that point. But if it's only a couple times a year, yeah, I could see why it's so crowded. I wonder if it's like that all the time. But pretty cool establishment. I would never even known about it if it weren't for Darren's channel, and that's why I love Darren's channel. So if you have time, get over there. Use the links that I have below. Get over there, support Darren. I appreciate you all coming. This is interesting, and I'm going to learn more from all of you who are going to comment and send me emails. Let me know if you've been there. Let me know if this is the how close it is to, like, say, central London, I guess. And if it's something that I could dart over if the tides and my visit coincide to where I could get over there and see this, because I would love to see this in person. It's these little things that I just think are the things that make your trip special. Yeah, I'm going to see Westminster. I'm going to see Tower of London. I'm going to see Buckingham. All those places, they're going to be there, no matter what. It's stuff like this that just kind of puts that cherry on top. And I won't tell my wife if it were to happen. And I would say, hey, let's get over there. And I would just say, let's go to this. I'd tell her, this is a famous place or whatever. And we would go and maybe get something to eat, have a couple drinks, of course, and then watch her eyes and see how she reacts as the water starts creeping in. I won't tell her that it does that. And all of a sudden it's, oh my God, that would be awesome. It'd be cruel. I know, I'm sorry. But it would still be fun. It would still be fun. I hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, let me know if you've been there and been there during this time. Awesome. Just looks like a lot of fun. Oh man, I want to go. I want to go. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. All right, bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark